Click on plus button to create new project. Rename the project to YouTube intro. Aspect ratio I'm going to keep as 16:9, resolution 1080p, frame rate 60 fps, background transparent. Click on create project button. Click on plus button and insert a rectangle. Click on the three dots at the top. Select stretch to screen. It will fill the canvas. Click on color and fill and change the color to cyan. Now if you see the timeline of the rectangle, the 60 frames will make 1 second, and currently we have 120 frames, so it is 2 seconds. Let's increase it to additional 40 or 50 frames, so 2 seconds and 50 frames approximately. Now we will insert a triangle. Click on the plus button. We will use the vector drawing option. On my channel you can find a tutorial about the vector drawing where I have covered all the options, all the buttons which are present inside the vector drawing, so it would be very helpful to follow what I'm doing. Let's click on the vector drawing. I will insert the very first point at the center of the canvas. Currently the cursor is exactly at the center. The point can be added by clicking on the plus or by simply tapping in the middle space which is provided here. So I will tap. The first point has been inserted. Then the second point I will insert at the top left corner, approximately here. And then just make sure that it's straight. Obviously due to the edge it won't be visible if the line is straight or not. The third point I'm going to insert here, and now we have a shape which looks like a triangle. You can close this shape by clicking on the circle button. Then you can see the very first option which is circle, and it has 2 points which are open. I can click on that and I can close the shape. So now the shape is closed. To come out of this option I will click away. Select the shape, go to the end of the timeline, and there is a option which extends the timeline of the shape. So let's extend it. Select the shape, go to move and transform, click on the rotate. We will just see that the size of the triangle is okay or not when we rotate it. Okay, as you can see there is a gap at the corner which shouldn't be there, otherwise it won't look good when it's rotating. So let's edit the shape again and make sure that this, while rotating, this color is filling the canvas. And also we will maybe increase the size of the triangle. So go back, click on the edit point so that you are inside the edit. Again I'm telling you that please check my tutorial about the vector drawing so that you will understand what I'm doing. Click on the top point. Let's drag it down so make triangle size a little bigger. Let's go a little bit outside the screen. Select the another point and just drag it also outside the screen. Go back, click on move and transform, again come to the rotate, and now let's check. So okay, there is a no gap. Now we will trim the shape at around the 6th frame on the left hand side. So click on the trim button because we don't want to start from the very first frame with the canvas and the triangle shape, so it should appear after a certain time. Then click on the shape. Make sure you are on the 6th frame by clicking on that arrow button. Click on the effects, click on add effect, go to repeat, select the radial repeat, click on the standard settings. The count should be around 10, radius should be 0. Select orientation and add the keyframe at 0 degree. Go to the 2 seconds and 30th frame on the timeline. increase the orientation. As soon as you increase the value, the keyframe is added automatically. Increase it to 152. Change the color of that triangle. So select that layer, go to color and fill, change it to this color, which is the hex code is DD44DD. I think it's magenta, or maybe the shade of the pink. Let us duplicate the shape layer. So select the shape layer, click on this button which shows different options for the layers. Click on duplicate layer to duplicate it. Select the duplicated layer, change the color. So go to color and fill, change it to orange. The hex code is #F5633D in case you want to copy it. Then click on effects, select the radial effect or expand it. Currently they are overlapping with each other, so let's change that. Click on angle, move it till we find a satisfactory position for it. So at 18 degree it looks really good and good. Let's check it. Yeah, that is perfect. Click on plus button, insert a rectangle, go to color and fill, select no fill, go back, click on border and shadow, enable the stroke, increase the stroke width to 150. Change the color of the stroke to the dark blue. The hex code is #3D4CF5. In case it is not there, you can copy and then add it to your palette. You can see the corners of the rectangle are not looking great. So let's change that by clicking on the third button on the end side, and then also make the flat end for that. Go back, click on move and transform, select the rotate option, rotate the rectangle by angle -45 degree, then click on scale, insert the keyframe at the start, reduce the size of the rectangle to the 0 pixels, then go to the 1 second or after the 60 frames. Increase now the scale value, and automatically the keyframe will be added to animate this size change of the rectangle. So let's make it 3440. Check it. Yeah, it looks good. Then around 1 second 50 frames, let's trim the rectangle on the right hand side. Select the rectangle. Now we want to create such layers multiple times. Do that, we need to duplicate that layer. Duplicate, select the both layers, again click on the duplicate option, again select and then duplicate. So in total we have 6 rectangle layers of this, but they are overlapping with each other, but we want to look them like they are coming after one another. So let's shift the timeline of each rectangle by 10 frames. So the first one will remain at its own position or on its original position. The second one we will move to frame 10, the third one to frame 20, and so on. So 30, 40, and then 50. Let's check it. Looking great. But now let's change the color of alternate layer. So the first one is dark blue. Select the second rectangle, go to the border and shadow, click on that color, select the yellow. It is a little bit light yellow or bright yellow. There is already one yellow in the first line, but it's a little bit dull. So in case on your palette it is not available, you can copy this hex code, which is FFF50B. I have already inserted it, and therefore you can see it on my palette. Then go to the fourth and do the same, and then the last one, select it, border and shadow, go to the color and then yellow, and let's check. For the last layer I selected the wrong yellow. I need to select this one. Okay, it looks cool. What I will do, I will combine them and group them in a single layer. So here you have at the top group option, and then they will be grouped. I think there is some bug because initially I was not able to see it, and now I can see both the layers. Now let's create the animation for the naming. We will insert the text layer at a position where we think the group 1 animation is about to end, and then we will start the new animation for the name. So around 1 second 30 frames it looks like the group 1 animation is about to end. So that is the good timing where we should add the next layer. So click on the plus button, click on the text, write anything whatever you want here. I'm just going to write name here, make it centric, click on the fonts, view all fonts, click on the search and then type PUNGEE, Bungee Regular. This is already available inside my Alight Motion app. In case it is not available for you, you can choose another font, or you can download from the Google and then import it into the Alight Motion app. Increase the size to 72 points, then increase the size of the box so that E does not go on the below line but it's in the same line. Change the color to the dark blue and click OK. This is the same color which we had for this animating rectangles. Right now you can see that the timeline is extending beyond the below timeline layers. So let's trim the name layer here. Okay, the background is changing. Select this layer, go to the end position and then select the name and again trim it. Now you can see that it's ending there. Select the name layer, duplicate it, select the bottom name layer, not the top one. Click on the border and shadow, enable the stroke, change the stroke color to this yellow, which we also used for the rectangle which are animating. Go back, increase the size to 46, then duplicate this bottom layer again, select the bottommost name layer, go to border and shadow, change the color to this pinkish color or this magenta maybe, and then increase the stroke size to 104. Let's select these three layers and then group them into the group 2. Go to the start, then click on the effects, click on add effect, click on distortion or warp, scroll down, select the swirl effect, select standard settings. For strength and radius, add a keyframe at the start. Select the strength, increase the value to 0.256, radius to 0.71. You might be wondering that how do I know these values? Obviously I have tried it before creating the tutorial, so I know these values to find out when it looks really good and cool. Let's move the timeline to the 2 seconds and the 10 frame, where we are going to add another keyframe for both of them. So the radius we are going to reduce it to 0.2 and the strength to sorry, 0, not minus side, otherwise it will start warping it to the other side. So, and that is 0 0. Let's check it out from the beginning. So this was the YouTube intro animation using the Alight Motion app. If you liked it, then click on the like button, subscribe to my channel so that it gives me motivation to create more videos like this. Thank you, stay safe and stay healthy.